Group presentation for Andean America. Group members include Leslie Maciel Gomez, Mayra Rodriguez Rubalcaba, and Rolando Barajas. Andean America is located in South America. It is the area left of the Andes mountain range, which goes from the northern coast of the Caribbean to the southern tip of South America. Andean America is approximately 21 degrees south of latitude and 67 degrees west of longitude. The Andean American region runs through 4 countries: Colombia and its capital city Bogota, Ecuador and its capital city Quito, Peru and its capital city Lima, and Chile and its capital city Santiago. Major rivers and lakes of the region include the Amazon River, which is the largest river in the world and runs through Peru, the Magdalena River, which runs through the Colombia region, the Marañón River, which runs through the Peru region, the Ucayali River, which runs through the Peru region. Major lake is Lake Titicaca, which is located in the Peru border. Climate in Andean America quickly changes, and areas of rainforest are located near snowy mountains. Northern Andean is a tropical rainy area and is mostly warm. Central Andean is a dry, arid area. Southern Andean is a tropical rainy area and stays at cool temperatures. Major resource bases of Andean America include natural materials. Andean America exports high amounts of metals, including tin, lead, and zinc. Major oil reserves and gas reserves are located near the border of Peru and Bolivia. Colombia is known for exporting large amounts of coffee beans.
The population size of the Andean region includes the countries Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Chile. Together, they total a population size of about 118 million people. And if we broke that down, Colombia would be in first place with the highest population, which would be 50 million. Second place would be Peru at about 32 million. Third place would be Chile at 19 million. And Ecuador would come in at about 17 million for their population size. The most populated nation of the Andean region would be Colombia. Colombia has a population size of about 50 million people. Its most populated city in Colombia is also its capital, which would be Bogota. Bogota holds a population of almost 11 million people, and Bogota is also one of the highest capitals in the world. It is home to the Gold Museum, and inside the Gold Museum also has over 34,000 pre-Columbian gold items, and as the name suggests, it's a museum filled of nothing but gold. The major civilization in Andean America would be the Inca civilization. The Inca civilization was at its peak between the 13th century to early 16th century, and they thrived primarily on gold in the mountains. Pictured here in this slide is a picture of Machu Picchu, which is an Inca citadel located in Peru. It reflects power and glory of the Inca civilization. The Inca civilization also developed extensive road systems to trade with places in the Cusco Valley and neighboring areas. The Andes Mountains were a sacred place to the Incas. They would carry ice columns to the top of the mountain as a ritual of purification. In Andean America, the primary language that is spoken there is Spanish, And the predominant religion in that area as well is Roman Catholics. Now here is a quick short video on a few facts you might have not known about Catholics.
There are 1.1 billion Catholics in the world, but even though there are so many of us, our religion remains a little mysterious and often misunderstood to the rest of the world. Here are 10 things you might not know about Catholics. Number 1. Nobody likes to brag about their age, but the Catholic Church has a pretty impressive legacy. With a birthday of roughly 33 AD, it's almost 2,000 years old, making it the oldest institution in the entire Western world. Number 2. In 1973, the spine-tingling film The Exorcist came out, and if you've ever comforted yourself by saying, "It's all just a bunch of baloney," think again. The film had 3 Jesuit priests as credited technical advisors. Even creepier, director William Friedkin asked one of them to come and exorcise the set after a number of mysterious disasters occurred. Number 3. Catholic hospitals employ almost 750,000 people in the United States alone. 1 in 6 U.S. patients are cared for in a Catholic hospital, and 527,000 babies were born in a Catholic hospital just last year. Number 4. Vatican City is the world's smallest country, measuring in at just over 100 acres. That's 1/8 the size of New York's Central Park. The country mints its own euros, has its own flag, and even its own national anthem. Number 5. Most people know that St. John Paul II was a big outdoors guy. But did you know that he snuck out of the Vatican more than 100 times to go skiing in the Italian Alps? Number 6. In the 1920s, the world's mind was blown by the theory of an expanding universe, otherwise known as the Big Bang Theory. This hypothesis was developed by a Catholic priest, Monsignor George Lemaitre. Number 7. The country of Brazil has a lot to brag on: Carnival, the Amazon, and more Catholics than Italy, France, and Poland combined. Number 8. Though he was sneaky, Pope John Paul II was also one of the most visible popes in history. He traveled to 129 countries, logging more than 750,000 frequent flyer miles, which is about 3 times the distance to the moon. Number 9. Every country depends on exports for part of its economy, including that tiny country of Vatican City. Their largest export? Postage stamps. Number 10. Catholics love patron saints. We've got the classics: St. Patrick, patron of Ireland; St. Anthony, patron of lost things. But how about some seriously helpful patrons, like St. Arnold, patron saint of beer; St. Drogo, the patron of unattractive people; or St. Bibiana, the patron saint of hangovers. That's it for today. Hope you learned a thing or two. Check out some other Spirit Juice goodness right here.
A traditional dance in Andean America is the morenada. It's an African and Native American folkloric dance that originated in Peruvian communities. Los Yacarcas is one of the most famous Andean folk music bands. They play instruments such as charango, quena, zampoño, ronroco, the guitar, and bombo. Their most popular hit is Llorando se fue. It has been sampled in very popular songs such as Tabú by Don Omar, Lambada by Kaoma, and On the Floor by Jennifer Lopez. This is a little snippet of the song. The political structure and organizations and issues that the Andean Parliament faces. The Andean Parliament is the governing body of the Andean community. It was founded in 1979 and entered into force in 1984. The constitutive treaty was signed by the chancellors of Bolivia, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Venezuela. Their headquarters is in Bogotá, the capital of Colombia. A total of 25 people sit in the council, and each country has 5 deputies to represent them on the council. They harmonize legislation between the member communities and countries to protect the 120 million inhabitants of the Andean region. They protect and manage the area. The issues they face are environmental ones such as floods, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and droughts. They also face issues such as poverty. The economic organization of Colombia. The currency in Colombia is the Colombian peso. Colombia has a mixed economy that is dependent on manufacturing and agricultural exports. However, they have to import the industrial machinery to use in the ag industry. The Colombian economy is currently the fourth largest in Latin America based on GPD. Over the last few decades, it's ranged back and forth between third and fourth largest economy. The unemployment rate percentage is in the low 60s as of 2018. Poverty levels in the 1990s were as high as 65%, and as of 2018, it is now below the 30% line. The social forms and social issues that Colombia faces. The biggest social issue Colombia faces is violation of human rights. The Colombian Constitution states that each citizen has the right to life, liberty, privacy, and justice. However, the country is full of violence and corruption due to poverty, drugs, and police brutality. Another major social issue in Colombia is discrimination. 20% of the population is white and from Spain, and they make up the upper class. The African and indigenous population live in poverty and are discriminated against by the white Colombians. The biggest target for discrimination are women. The country's machismo mentality views women as weak housewives who need a man to take care of them. They aren't respected or treated as equals, which is why there is high femicide rates. The laws against femicide include that the murderer will spend about 21 to 50 years in prison, but they aren't enforced by the police. Some social forms in Colombia are to always address people respectfully with the titles of señor or señora before saying their name. When you are invited to someone's home, it is not polite to decline. This is a way that they are getting to know you better, and by declining their invitation, you are rejecting their friendship. Colombians don't like talking about the issues that they face in their nation, such as narcotics and violence. They see this as a stereotype and a disrespect towards the whole country because that's not what they want to be known for. Thank you for listening to our presentation. The following is our works cited page.